Hi, and welcome to Social, your weekly insight to all things social. I'm Maeve.
And I'm Ciara. On today's show, we will report on race day scandal, Instagram likes, Liverpool's winnings, and Facebook's ears.
This year's Student Race Day seemed to be the talk of the town. It was one of the most popular events of the year. Tickets went on sale Thursday the 7th at 12 p.m. People all over the country were ready to get them. Thousands of people were on the site, but it ended up crashing and no one was able to get tickets. They put them on sale the following day, Friday the 8th at 12 p.m. The site crashed again, except this time it didn't close down. They kept it running and they only allowed a certain amount of people to buy tickets at a certain time. Many people across the southwest didn't manage to get tickets, as people all over the country wanted to attend Limerick Student Race Day. It was a very frustrating time for all involved. I was on the steps in Mary Immaculate College when the tickets went on sale, and it was packed, with everyone sitting down with their laptops open in the hope of getting them. There were many disappointed faces around the college that day, as many didn't manage to get tickets.
Keeping with the topic of students having their heads in their phones, we decided to take a trip around Mary I to see for ourselves the effect social media is having on us. Mary Immaculate College provides many clubs and societies for students and a place to chill. However, the use of social media can still have an effect on students' lives.
Yeah, I do use social media. It's my main form of contact between me and my friends.
Yeah, I use social media every day, so I use mostly Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram and Visco.
Yeah, definitely I notice the use of social media in college. Always from lectures, like you see everyone just heads down on their phone all the time, not talking to each other, and even on the steps, like everyone's sitting there constantly on their phone. Like you rarely see people like in a group just having conversations without any phone use. They're just always on their phones, like headphones in, just aimlessly scrolling on social media.
Yeah, I do find it distracting during lectures. Sometimes I find myself drifting towards my phone.
Yeah, definitely nowadays I think it is the way young people get their information. Like, you're never going to see a young person going in buying a newspaper. They're just going to find all their information on Facebook or Google.
This shows the lack of communication between friends walking home together and still unable to take their eyes off their phones to communicate verbally with one another. It's sad to see social media takes over our lives to the extent that we can't communicate with others around us, and even the simple task of buying a bottle of water has become a challenge in our society. Keeping with all things social media, recently Instagram have launched a new feature where users cannot see the amount of their likes of their followers. This has caused controversy amongst the influencer world, as brands can no longer measure their popularity. Although this created a divide in the social world, it has also been accepted by many other users in a positive way. As influencer Emily Schumann said, "I do not see the removal of likes impacting the success of my account." We then wanted to get the opinions of non-influencers around Mary I. When we asked our fellow students about the situation, there was surprisingly a massive positive response. According to them, Instagram has now become more of an enjoyable individual place, as young people no longer focus on how many likes they get, but simply on just being themselves.
Now, to lighten the mood, we will head over to Mark, who's still celebrating Liverpool's big win.
Liverpool took a huge leap towards winning their first league title in 30 years by beating defending champions in Anfield on Renault Super Sunday. Fabinho blew the roof off Anfield in the 6th minute as he drilled the ball past Claudio Bravo from 30 yards. A lot of controversy surrounded the goal because City thought they should have had a penalty just before when the ball struck Alexander-Arnold's hand in the box, but VAR waved away the appeals. Liverpool continued their bright start as Mohamed Salah headed home a sublime cross from Andy Robertson in the 13th minute to double Liverpool's advantage. The hosts added a third goal at the start of the second half as Sadio Mane headed home. City did find a consolation through Bernardo Silva with 12 minutes to go, and they piled on the pressure as Anfield grew anxious. Liverpool remained composed and saw the game out, leaving Pep's men trailing 9 points behind Klopp's European champions. Pep Guardiola showed his frustration to the officials by shaking their hands while sarcastically saying, "Thank you so much." The citizens think they had 2 clear-cut penalties taken from them, but that won't bother Liverpool as they march on while City drop to 4th.
Thanks, Mark. Now, in other social news, we trekked off to the Limerick Leader offices in the city centre to talk to Commercial Director Fergal Deegan. We're here today in the Limerick Leader office with Fergal Deegan, the Commercial Director, to just talk about the effects of how social media is affecting the newspaper industry today.
Well, the newspaper industry is in decline for the last number of years because of social media. Every person now gains their news from their phone or their laptop, on the move, on the go. People haven't monetised it much yet. We're all working in the industry to try and turn the sales of newspapers, which are the hard copies which we sell every week, we're trying to make money out of how we can sell them online and how people view their news. But it's certainly having an effect. It's immediate.
So do you find it more difficult to find people to advertise with you on paper?
Yeah, advertising has changed. Most media houses now sell across the board, so our digital platform at the moment, we sell into that. So when we sell, we add that into selling the newspapers. So when we're selling a newspaper ad, we include the digital platform. But to give you an example, our circulation has been declining for the last 4 or 5 years, and we have over 750,000 visitors per week on our website. So you can't compete with that.
What are your thoughts on fake news in the media?
Well, our editorial department struggle every day. Anything we print in the paper, we have to make sure it's not liable. We have to make sure it's true, it's factual, or we could find ourselves in the courts. Unfortunately, with the likes of Facebook and any of those, there are no controls. So you can say and put up what you like, and whether it's true or not, nobody actually knows. But when it comes to print media, whatever we print in the paper, even if you send us in a story and we didn't check it and it was fake, we would be liable for printing the story. So every bit of news that appears in an actual newspaper is factual, it's legal, and has to be checked. Not like the online sites, not like the Facebooks. So it's a challenge at the moment, because you could get somebody to put something up that is total lies, and it causes a stir, whereas we cannot do that within the newspaper.
As a result of all this social media, where do you think newspapers will be, say, in 20 years in the future?
Well, it's interesting. A lot of the publishing houses are going free, and the Limerick Leader themselves started a new free paper last year. And people seem to still want a paper, but they don't want to pay for it because they get their news quite easy on all the different other platforms. So a lot of the places are going free. I think the free newspapers will be surviving. I think there's probably 10 more years in the actual paid for titles, unless something else is going to happen and there's going to be a change. You can never tell. The industry is changing so fast, so no one really knows.
Thanks, Kieran Fergal. There has been rumours for many years that Facebook listens to you as you were talking. They listen to what you were talking about and base the ads they show you on what you have talked about. Many people have seemed to experience this. Although it is clear that this is happening, Mark Zuckerberg denies this sort of audio data collection has taken place. The fact that so many people believe that Facebook is listening to their private conversation is representative of how mistrustful users have grown of Facebook and its data privacy practices. Zuckerberg was once asked, yes or no, does Facebook use audio obtained from mobile devices to enrich personal information about its users? He simply responds, no. When the general public were asked their opinions on this, the general opinion was scared and worried, one even saying that they have stopped using Facebook completely. Another saying Mark Zuckerberg should be ashamed of himself and should be more concerned about users' privacy rather than the money.
That's all for now for this week's episode of Social. Join us again this time next week for Mary I's Christmas Day Social Report.
Bye
for now.